Dwayne Johnson breaks silence on the Maui wildfire fund backlash. So let's check this out.
Fund, when we first launched the fund, there was some backlash that came with launching the fund. And I want to address and acknowledge that backlash right now. And here's what I have to say about that. I get it, and I completely understand. And I could have been better. And next time I will be better. And I understand, money ain't falling out of the sky and it's not growing on trees. And there's a lot of people out there who's living paycheck to paycheck. And I get it, and I know what that's like. I've lived paycheck to paycheck. $7, I know. I know what that's like. And when you are living paycheck to paycheck, I don't want to speak for everybody, I'll speak for myself, but I feel it's connected. When you're living paycheck to paycheck, I was easily pissed off and I was frustrated. And the last thing you want to hear when you are living paycheck to paycheck is someone asking you for money, especially when the person asking you for money already has a lot of money. So I get it. I understand. I've never launched a fund before, but I'm a quick study and lesson learned.
The problem with The Rock, and like anytime I've seen him, and here's the thing, this is someone that like has liked The Rock for a very long time. He doesn't really get rid of the whole WWE actor type of thing, where it's like every single time he talks, it feels fake, right? It doesn't feel genuine, which is sad, right? Like even like for example, and it is judgmental that I'm doing this, right?
Paycheck. And
But
I
it's
get it, and
like
I know what that's like.
the
When you are
way
living
he like
paycheck to paycheck, I don't want
smiles,
to
it's
speak
just
for
like it
everybody, I'll
feels
speak for
so
myself,
off-putting.
but I feel it's connected. When you're living paycheck,
Hold on, where is it? Where is that smile? All right, might be here.
especially when the person asking you for money already has a lot of money.
Yeah, I don't know. Feel free to give your thoughts about this. The thing is, like, there's just been like a lot of like iffy things about the fund, right? And there's been like, for example, it's like they started the fund, but they didn't necessarily fund it with their money. Like, ugh, it's just, it's weird. It's very weird. So, Dwayne The Rock Johnson has broken his silence about backlash to his Maui wildfire fund. Johnson, 51, and Oprah Winfrey, 69, faced harsh criticism from fans in early September after the famous duo asked members of the public to donate money to help those affected by the Maui wildfires, despite having a combined net worth of more than 2.8 billion. And also the crazy thing about this, specifically when it comes to like Oprah, a lot of people on Maui do not like Oprah because she's basically been trying to like basically steal their land. But also, she could actually house every single person that has been affected by the wildfires on like one of her properties there. Like that's how large her property holdings are. The Hollywood pair collectively chipped in 10 million to kickstart the People's Fund of Maui, but then they also put out a call asking their fans on Instagram and TikTok to donate the rest, right? Now, again, from like the things that I read about like them giving the money, it wasn't like from the wording of everything that I've read, it sounded like none of this money that they actually put in would have been actually used to go towards people. Just that they claim that they used $10 million dollars to start this fund. So, yeah. So many complained they were already living paycheck to paycheck and that the uber rich celebrities should dole out more of their own money toward relief efforts. I would, but I'm broke. You two got this though, Carolina Marino wrote in the comment section on TikTok under the August 31st video. Billionaire asking for money from the poor, what a joke. Carrie Jacobs added on Winfrey's follow up video on Instagram. So let's read this. So, update on the People's Fund in Maui. I'm so grateful and moved by all the messages I'm receiving out of Maui from the survivors of the devastating wildfires who are now getting their personal funding from the People's Fund of Maui. The strength of our people of Maui is beautiful and inspiring. Watching families and community come together after this tragedy is inspirational, and I'm proud of our Polynesian people. Thank you to everyone who has helped by sending resources, love, and prayers to all people affected by the fires, and a loving mahalo and respect to our OG cultural leaders, our local community organizations, and all our first responders and every person who came together to help our people. And to everyone in my social media community right here, our connection is everything because we only know how to be real with each other. Like, do you realize like how like off-putting that is? To hear an actor, to hear someone that basically would pretty much say almost anything for money, right? Because he has been in so many videos promoting things purely for money. Is like, yeah, so you're totally real with your audience. Yeah, 100% real, right? The amount of things that you've done for China as well. Like, yep, you're totally real. Totally real person. Totally nothing fake about you, you know. You always tell me the truth, good or bad. I always appreciate and protect that straight talk between us. You have my word to always listen, learn, grow, and do better. I've never launched a fund before. Trust me, I'm a quick study and learn my lessons fast. So this stands in contrast to Winfrey, who went on CBS mornings in September for a non-apology that angered many. I was so excited about it, she said, referring to her fun with Johnson. And then I got up the next morning, and all I saw all of this vitriol, and I was like, "Whoa, what happened here?" She said at the time. It made me sad that we are at this state in our country. Johnson, meanwhile, added on Sunday that he got the frustration and concluded his video with a message to Maui Lahani survivors. Mana is in our DNA, all of us. We get knocked down, we rise back up stronger as one, he wrote. That's who we are as Polynesian people, and that's who we are as Americans. Stay strong, Maui. Let's see. So this person put something interesting. The Rock earned a literal $270 million in 2022. $10 million, although a lot to most, is a tax deduction for him. And, like, for example, I don't think there's anything wrong with someone wealthy deciding whether or not they even want to donate money and how much that might be. Like, it's your money, you get to decide what you want to do with it. But every time I've seen these types of funds, charities, whatever, they are typically like used by very elite people as tax havens and are basically almost like a separate bank account for them. So, for example, like a really good example is like the Bill Gates Foundation. Like, because Bill Gates is part of the Giving Pledge where they give out all of their money. But funny enough, pretty much all their money is probably going to go to their foundation because it's a charity. But guess who owns the charity, operates the charity, uses the funds in the charity? Oh, Bill Gates, right? So it's basically a way that you can look better than you actually are as a human being while still doing whatever you want to do, basically. Had to consult with the publicist first, no doubt, tone deaf all of them. Yeah. Dwayne and Oprah still don't get it. Unfortunately, they never will. For sure, Oprah would never get it. Dwayne, the problem is, Dwayne will basically do whatever is best interest in terms of The Rock brand. So even though he probably doesn't want to accept it, he'll probably change, like, he changed his tune to basically make the public opinion of him slightly better. Let's see. Can you smell what the rock's cooking? Yeah, publicity. So let's see. So looks like The Rock perhaps paid good money for a management crisis person to write that note. If you notice, he didn't mention anything, according to the long caption in his video, about him deciding to spend a few million of his money to the Maui wildfire. He and Oprah will still try to go get other people to fund their charities. Chloe, Kate, and Lamar set up a charity, stole money from it, and when questioned by reporters, told the reporters to F off. NFL quarterback Russell Wilson, who got something like 300 million, set up a charity. It was documented that this charity spent 23 cents out of every dollar on the needy. The other 67 cents went to pay for organization operation, i.e., paying his friends and family an outrageous salary, for instance. The rich and wealthy set up charities as a legal way to not pay taxes while stealing from the charity. Yeah, pretty much. This is why I've never liked charities. I never liked the idea of donating to charities because you really don't know what they are actually doing with that money. Like, it's completely different if, like, you see someone struggling, or for example, like, I'll put it like as this example, right? One time I was getting a Subway sandwich. I was just waiting in line, and there's like these two kids that were probably buying food for their family or something like that, but they were like $1 short, right? Well, instead of them like being forced to like take away something, I just gave them $1 so that they could just pay for their meal and not be stressed about it, right? Like, I could like literally see that dollar is going to help these people in this way, right? Whereas if you do like $1 to a charity, how much of that dollar is actually going to be used for the cause that you want it to be used for? Unless you have 100% complete control over that charity, which you probably won't. So, it's just something to think about. Like, another one was like a Mother's Day thing, right? I went and bought like some flowers for my mom for like Mother's Day, and the guy in front of me in the register, funny enough, was like a few cents short or something like that. And all I had in my wallet at the time was like $1. Again, $1. Funny enough. But I just gave it to him. I was like, hey, dude, just take it. Right? He's like, oh, I could pay you back, blah, 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 blah. I could find like change and whatnot. I'm like, dude, like, it's for your mom, right? Am I gonna like cry about giving you $1 so that you could give flowers, like nice flowers to your mom? Like, come on. So again, like, I just like doing like small things like that because I can literally see the effect of even like a small dollar can have. But yeah, it's just something to think about. Like, I really don't like these celebrities doing these charities and then having basically their followers donate money to it. Like, I would view it completely different if, let's say, The Rock decided to like create a T-shirt, right? And just said like, "Hey, I'm going to create a T-shirt, like create a T-shirt. If you guys want to buy it, go ahead and buy it." And then on his own, some of the proceeds, without even announcing it, or maybe he could just be like, "Hey, you know, I thought about it. I made like $1 million or something like that from this T-shirt sale. I'm going to give a certain percentage towards helping out the people in Maui because I want to go and do that." Right? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I just don't like the idea of purposely starting a charity to try to raise money where people don't really know what's going on with that money. How many acres does Oprah own on Maui? Enough to house every single person in Maui. So this person says, so he's full of it. Yes. And now he wants the world to forgive him. Pass. Move on, fake boy. And that's what I'm cooking. Fake clan boy, it's over. Yeah, interesting. Feel free to give your thoughts if you stumble upon this. To me, again, I think the biggest issue that I see with The Rock is that he doesn't really take off the acting hat, right? He always portrays this like rock image, and it's depressing.